The cast is officially off, and while that feels like a milestone, it also feels like a reminder, reminding me that my hands are part of this process, not separate from it. Moving forward, I'm being very intentional about how I re-enter making, with shorter sessions and projects that are structurally supportive and fibers that feel good to work with. The Platinum Rose collection has always been meant to be thoughtful, but now that thoughtfulness extends to my own sustainability as a maker. This season isn't about pushing through discomfort. It's about building something that can last. Today we're moving from decision to commitment. The collar is complete, and I'll walk you through what worked and what I changed and the plans for future makes. I will also share with you the next piece that I'm adding to the collection. It is the Agnes Sweater Vest. This is a crocheted granny square vest with a knit edging finish. We'll also look at yarn choices, both from my stash and newly purchased, to make sure that the color story and the fiber choices support the vision. This is where the Platinum Rose begins to take shape, slowly, intentionally, and with longevity in mind. Hello, my name is Shannon, and I'm the creator here at Platinum Knots. If you're new here, welcome. And if you are returning, welcome back. So the exciting news is that I'm no longer wearing a cast. I'm so excited to be able to have use of my wrist again. I have learned not to dismiss pain, knowing that this is how our bodies tell us when we're overworking it. And if we don't pay attention, there will be consequences. I will never be able to go back to crafting the way that I used to, nor do I want to. The Platinum Rose isn't a collection that I'm building as I go. The foundation has already been decided, not only for cohesion, but also for ergonomic flexibility. The palette I have chosen for my collection is cool toned. It will have charcoals, softened grays, taupe, muted rose, and like blue-based neutrals. Everything needs to live within that range so the pieces naturally work together. There's a purpose behind each design decision, whether it's for structure, softness, warmth, or refinement. There's nothing random here. If it doesn't serve the collection, it doesn't stay. And with that in mind, let's take a look at the collar. Some of you may be asking, why a collar? Well, the reason that I chose a collar is because I was looking for something that would frame the face without overwhelming it. And this is what I settled on. Now, as I said before, I did find something similar to this online, but when I looked for the pattern, try to chase it back, the pattern was no longer available. So I did come up with my own, and I'm quite pleased with it. So I think what I'll do is I will go ahead and try this on for you. As you can see, this is just a regular t-shirt with no collar. It's just flat, and that's kind of what I just feel. I need something just a little bit taller, so I chose to design a collar into my wardrobe. So with that in mind, I'll be right back. Okay, what do you think? Are you loving it? I'm so excited about this. I just really am pleased with how it turned out. So I chose to make it out of cotton. Not only does cotton hold its shape better, it's extremely comfortable. It's soft on the neck. I also I hold it in with safety pins, which you cannot see anywhere around. And it makes it to where it's removable, to where I can apply it to any of my t-shirts and or any other item that I'm looking to wear it with. It's very comfortable. I have no issues. I also designed another one because not all of my t-shirts are round. Some of them are a little bit more v-necked. So as you can see with this one back here, let me pull it forward a little bit. This one I kind of made to where it has a bit of a neck piece. You know what this actually reminds me of? I don't think I've ever worn one, but I remember my aunt having them, and I think they called them Dickies. Does anybody remember Dickies? Let me know. At least I think that's what they were called. I think they had a panel on each side, and this is really making me feel that. I'm not sure if this part showed, but anyways, I digress. Let's concentrate on this one. So what I liked about this one is the ability to be able to open it up. I do think this cotton's a little bit too heavy for this this piece here with a sweater on a sweater. So I'm thinking of maybe using a finer cotton. So that's what I mean by more, making a few more that are a little more flexible. So yeah, I think it turned out fantastic. I'm excited about it. And this is the first piece in the Platinum Rose collection. I hope you like it. Now let's talk about the first core garment, the Agnes Sweater Vest. This is a free pattern by Bethany Lynn on her blog, or you can purchase it on her site or Ravelry. All the information for this piece will be posted in the description box below. I would love to invite you to join me in making the first core piece of this collection. The Agnes Sweater Vest fills the structured layering role with this collection. I really like that the base is crochet, a granny square construction, which gives texture and visual interest. But I personally feel that the designer didn't want it to feel overly casual, so she incorporated the knit edging. The neckline, armholes, and waistband are all knit. I feel that the refinement balances the crochet and gives it a clearer finish. The hybrid construction lets the crochet provide structure and surface interest, while the knitting softens the edges and integrates it more easily into a wardrobe. It is also hand-friendly. The granny square construction allows me to work in short sessions without strain, without the weight of the garment on my hands. I can complete it one unit at a time, and then I can rest and return. In terms of the roll, this piece bridges the gap between a base layer and an outer layer. It adds texture without bulk, and it gives shape without heaviness. That's its function. Yarn decisions must support the collection philosophy and not just the individual garment. I've pulled from my stash first. I have yarns in my stash that have been waiting for like forever for their time to shine. Since my Hobby Lobby clearance yarn haul, and that has been over 2 years ago, it feels really good to start using it up. There's yarn in here that already fits the direction, and using it keeps the collection grounded and practical. Where the stash didn't fully support the palette, I made a few intentional purchases from Michaels. Okay, so let me show you the yarn choices that I have pulled from my stash. These, I've shown them before. They were back in my older videos. So the first one I'm going to use is this Drop Spell. This I purchased, gosh, I think even before the Hobby Lobby yarn haul. Might have been right about that same time. This is a number 3 or number B in the drops. So One of the other things that I was going to mention is that I think Bethany does her vest in a sport, or sorry, she does her vest in a worsted weight. I'm doing mine in a DK weight. That's what I had the most of, and I feel I can make it the size I need to make it for me a little easier and keep it still lightweight. Here's the first color. So this is the first rose color. So this is called, actually I think it's only a number, but it's color number 21. But if you go on there, you'll see that it is called Antique Rose. Antique Rose. So that's one color for the center. I also have this yarn that I purchased from Hobby Lobby on their clearance, and this is the Must Be Merino, and I bought it for $1.74 a skein. And I have quite a few of these. I have quite a few of a lot of these. My second color choice, so this is in taupe. Okay, so we got Antique Rose and taupe. My next color is going to be gray. So this is another one that I had gotten on the yarn clearance. And I believe the reason it was clearanced out is because look at the size of this. They say that this is a number 3. So if that's a 3 and this is a 3, there's quite a bit of difference in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to hold it together double. Because it's basically a fingering weight is what it looks like to me. So I'm going to hold that color together. So that's going to be the third color. So far, these are our color choices. Okay. So these are they're getting awfully dark. So one more dark one that I'm going to add to it is going to be this. Whoops, we were doing my stash first. Okay, so these are the 3 colors out of my stash. So then I had one more that was in my stash, and this is the Bambootiful in Linen. So this was another one that we had gotten during that clearance. So here's what we have so far. So now I have these colors. So when I went to Michael's, I'm trying to balance these out. So I need one more darker color and I think a couple more light, because this one is going to be the vest around every single square. So it's not actually going to be in the vest or in the squares. It's going to be the outside border and then connected together. So I'll take that one out of the mix. So right now this is where we're at for the inside squares. So the next color I picked up, I went to Michael's and I picked up 3 more yarns. So this one I purchased, it's a lightweight 3. And it is a Luxe Merino wool blend. And the color is Tweed Charcoal. So it's charcoal tweed. So there's our palette now. Getting a little dark, so we need to lighten it up a little bit. Getting kind of hard to hold too, especially since how my wrist is sore. So the next color that I got is the Luxe Merino wool again, and a size 3. And this is the color. And it's kind of a silvery, purple, I would say. But the color they actually call it is Blue Dawn. So I guess it's a blue, like a silver blue. So there we are. But I'm not finished yet. I got one more color. This is looking really good. I'm not too sure. This one might actually throw it off. So the other color that I picked up from Michael's is the same brand. And this actual color is Chalk Blue. It's called Chalk Blue and a size 3. It looks really green on there. And it actually does kind of feel a little green. So let me put it in here with the other colors. We'll see where we're at. Okay, so there's our color palette. What do you think? I'm really hoping that this last one, this blue, that looks almost green, I'm really hoping that doesn't throw it off. Now I can see the blue in this one. Can you see the blue in this one? As opposed to this one actually being named blue. Chalk blue. Okay, well, we're going to use them anyways. I've got them now, so that's what we're going to use. Okay, so those are the colors. And I did put one of the squares together just so you guys can see what it's kind of going to start off as. What do you think? I think that warm color is going to be okay because I'm not going to use it much. I know it's kind of it feels warm to me, the antique rose. But I didn't want to pick another color. I really want to get working through my yarn stash. So what do you guys think of it? It feels really good. So the squares are supposed to measure 4 inches. So my squares actually measure 4.5. But then I figure once I get them blocked out, they should come really close to 5 inches. And that way I can still stay with the structure of the pattern and it'll fit me. The pattern that I believe, she looks like she's probably a small. And on the free pattern, it's only showing you how she put hers together. And then you just kind of have to wing it to figure out how you want yours to go. But if you purchase the pattern, I do believe it says that there's a small, medium, large, extra large. I think it goes all the way up to a 2X. Now don't quote me on that because I didn't go look, because I'm just going to wing this with the colors that I have. I've already shown you the picture of what it's supposed to look like in the end. So again, I hope you guys join me at this. It'll be a lot of fun. So I'm really trying to prioritize softness and something that feels good in my hands. But also I have to figure in the budget. Budget's going to be a part of the conversation throughout this wardrobe as well. The pieces that I'd love to make, the yarns I'd love to use are just outside of my range. So it's really not about chasing the perfect yarn. It's about the thoughtfulness of the decisions with the real constraints of life. It's going to be more about cohesion and not impulse. So this is where Platinum Rose really begins to take shape. The collar is finished, the Agnes Sweater Vest is underway, and the direction feels settled. And most importantly, the pace feels sustainable. If you'd like to see how the Platinum Rose began and how each piece was defined, I'll link the full playlist here, here, here. So you can follow the collection from the start. In the next episode, I am going to share how the vest construction is progressing, what adjustments may be needed as it develops. But for now, we're building intentionally, piece by piece. We're doing it slowly and with clarity. And I sure appreciate you being here, and I'll see you soon.